All right, back to the ad buy battlefield. The new kid on the block for Democrats is Priorities USA Action, and they have a new ad that directly fires back in response to the American Crossroads buy, but with a significantly smaller buy in half as many states. Will it have an impact? Bill Burton is a former advisor to President Obama, and he now heads up Priorities USA.
Good morning, Chuck.
And you and Mr. Law got to shake hands in the green room. Jeff Zelling's already tweeted about this. Détente in the green room. But let's start. Let me play a clip of your response ad to the Crossroads ad.
Okay.
The Republicans have opposed economic reforms at every turn, and now they have a plan that would essentially end Medicare for future retirees, slash education, while giving huge tax breaks to big oil and the wealthy. We can't rebuild America if they tear down the middle class.
All right, this is clearly, in many ways, it seemed to go with where the president was trying to talk about yesterday. He was creating, and some would argue he was trying to do class warfare. Are you guys trying to set out mark a line here between rich and the middle class?
No, what we're trying to do is explain what the stakes are here. We think that there is a plain difference between what the Republican plans are for the future and where the president is taking this country and where he's going to take it. The Republican ad doesn't talk about what their plans are, and it's pretty obvious why they wouldn't. There's a lot of very politically unpopular things in their economic program. But we thought it was important that we name who's doing the ad and talk a little bit about what the choices are at stake here.
All right, you are spending a little less than $1 million. They're spending approximately $5 million in these various states. And I want to put up the American Crossroads TV ad buy is a bunch of states: Colorado, Florida, Iowa, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, North Carolina, New Mexico, Nevada, and Virginia. Your ad buy is just Colorado, Florida, Iowa, North Carolina, and Virginia. Why did you pick only those 5 states?
Well, we were looking to as efficiently spend our resources as we could. We never thought we'd be able to match Karl Rove dollar for dollar, but we think that if we focus on places where it really is competitive, then we can have an impact. And their buy isn't quite $5 million. They've only put about 2.6, 2.8 up on the air. They've inflated a little bit what their actual buy is, and we think that we're more efficiently targeting the markets where swing voters are.
So does that mean, so you didn't include Missouri in your 5 states? It wasn't one of your 5 states. Are you of the mindset that Missouri, traditionally a swing state, might be fading away from the Democrats?
I think Missouri is a place on that long list of states where Crossroads is running their millions of dollars in ads. That is, there are varying levels of competitiveness. And what we decided to do was just focus on a couple of places right now. In the future, we're going to focus on other places. But this far out, 17 months away from the election, it's too early to take anything completely off the table.
So you're making an argument that Missouri is not the 270th electoral vote, that the other 5 are the places that you believe the president finds his 270.
We have to be smart about where we spent our money. And like I said, we're going to be looking at places where we go up, where we go down, and where we can make a real impact with the resources that we have.
Now, just like Crossroads, there's Crossroads GPS and American Crossroads. One is a place where they don't have to disclose donors, and one is a place that they have to do. You have to explain your 2 groups.
So the difference is there's a 527 that's engaged in helping progressive candidates.
And that is you will disclose donors there with the IRS.
Donors are disclosed, expenditures are disclosed. On the other side, you've got a 501c4, Priorities USA, which is focused on helping to advance progressive values.
And so you don't plan to disclose those donors either?
That's right.
You don't, because the law doesn't have you.
Well, it's because we're set up the exact same way Karl Rove's group is set up.
I understand that, but why not, if you believe, and you were on the side that believed that they were sort of taking advantage of a bad campaign finance law, why not go above and beyond?
Well, for starters, the rules changed with the Citizens United decision. And secondly, to paraphrase Donald Rumsfeld, you go to war with the rules that you have, not the rules that you wish you had. And we're not going to give those guys any advantages any more advantages. They've already got oil companies. They've got huge, deep pockets that they can go to. Why give them any more advantages? We think that if people want to participate in this democracy, playing by the rules, then they're certainly able to do so by participating with us.
All right. November came early. Bill Burton, Stephen Law, both here. Crossroads versus Priorities USA. The ad campaign does look like what October 2012 might look like. Bill, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Up next, the pack show just keeps going. We've got the big panel. It's Washington heavyweights today. We'll talk about the end of the second quarter money chase, what Michelle Bachmann said that you usually don't hear on the campaign trail, and so much more. But first, the White House soup of the day, it's gazpacho. By the way, I watched a rerun of Seinfeld and the Soup Nazi last night. And gazpacho, somebody ordered gazpacho, por favor, and he said, adios, muchacho. Just made me laugh. You're watching the Daily Rundown, only on MSNBC. Random Seinfeld reference of the day.